looks like crime doesn't pay. And neither does my job.
Oh, hey, James. Dude, I solved all of our money problems.
Money problems?
Yeah, check this out. Yeah, these two ambitious guys, they went around looking for metal, and they turned it all in for money, man.
Huh. Wait, how much did they get?
I don't know, this says this DA guy said they're gonna get 15 to 20. And that was just yesterday afternoon. Man, and all this time I've been looking up at the ceiling at my parents' house and seeing all these metal vents and pipes, and we could have been getting money for that, man. Yeah, you should come over later and help me rip out all that pipe.
Oh, I'll have to see how I'm feeling. I'm completely exhausted. I stayed up all night watching old-timey serials.
Those were classics.
It's Captain America and Capo! They'll team up against the evil Red Tie. Oh, he's not playing around. Captain has stern words for this menace. Red Tie doesn't have time for that. Oh no, Captain America's in trouble! Send in Capo to the rescue! Can Capo help Senor Squirrel? Oh, Senor Squirrel is free! Now to take care of Red Tie. This is a fight for the ages! Oh, look at him go! Who let these dogs out? Time to put Red Tie away for good. He'll have plenty of rough days ahead of him to think about what he's done. A job well done for this pooch. It's time to see what Mrs. Capo was cooking in the kennel.
Yeah, they just don't make them like they used to, especially this garbage on YouTube.
I know, have you seen the stuff that's on there? I mean, you have horrible dialogue, bad acting, shitty props, and don't even get me started on the contrived, ridiculous plot points that people come up with.
Hey, look at this gun I found. You can tell it's a replica because it doesn't have that orange tip.
Yeah, oh, I see that. Wow, this thing attracts fingerprints, like, see right...
Ah! I got shot! And I spilled my coffee! Everything the old gypsy woman told me is coming true.
Oh my God, you shot the guy at the beginning of every episode.
Oh my God, I am so sorry about your coffee.
His leg, you idiot.
Oh, that too?
You shot me, you friggin' idiot! Why do you even have a gun?
Oh, don't worry, it's just a replica.
It shot me.
With replica bullets.
Idiots. Get the hell away from me.
Okay, see ya.
No, wait, I need someone to take me to the hospital.
I've never heard anything good about hospitals.
Yeah, people die at hospitals.
Here, we'll take care of you. I got the screener of Mel Gibson's Apocalypto. It's about how the Mayans overcame the Spaniards in the 1980s. It's a truly inspirational tale.
What are you talking about?
Grab his legs.
Grab my legs? Wait, wow! Ow! Oh my, you enjoy Mel Gibson.
Oh, God, I can't believe that asshole passed out during the movie.
I know, who are we gonna talk about it with now?
Wow, that was such an epic tale. Yeah, I can't believe all the Spaniards were dressed up as X-Men. That was kind of weird. Do you think that guy liked the movie? Because he fell asleep.
Maybe that was due to the blood loss.
That sucks.
Hello!
Hey, who's that? Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
Where'd you come from?
I just came from seeing the new X-Men.
Oh, X-Men 6.
Yeah.
Directed by Mel Gibson. We just happened to watch a screener of it.
Well, isn't that crazy?
We should go talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
I like talking about it.
He means to destroy this world. Billions of people killed. The world needs the X-Men.
You're gonna join them, aren't you?
You wanted me to get out of the house more, right? It's all of us against a god.
Let's go to war. Forget everything you think you know. You're not students anymore. You're X-Men.
Everything they built will fall!
Hey folks, here we are. We're here to talk about X-Men number 6, Apocalypse. We all saw it. We got a guest here, Aaron
Dunsel.
also known as the Tree Guy. So in your own words, how would you describe the plot of X-Men Apocalypse?
We're going back to 1983 here, and it centers around Apocalypse. Back in Cairo in 3500 BC or whatever, he basically ruled the world, and he's back. And now the X-Men have to take him on and form a new X-Men team with the X-Men that everybody knows.
While conveniently running into as many characters as possible.
Yes.
What are some things you, we'll start with some things you liked about X-Men?
The acting and the casting.
Really?
I thought that just about everyone. I mean, we see Sophie Turner from Game of Thrones and Oscar Isaac that played Apocalypse. I thought he killed it. And when I first heard that casting, I thought it was odd. I don't know much from Oscar Isaac. I know him from obviously Star Wars.
Ex Machina? Did you see that?
I haven't seen X-Men.
He's really good in that.
I heard that was good.
Yeah.
But I thought
Sucker
he was.
Punch?
I thought he was awesome in this.
We always go back to Sucker
Yeah. Overall, I enjoyed it.
So what are some things you liked about it?
Punch. I just love that it continued on the story from First Class to Days of Future Past. That I mean, it didn't really tie up anything because I feel like they just kind of bounce around. Like you have Mystique's story, and she goes back and forth from wanting to be blue and not wanting to be blue, show people what she is and not.
You mean Jennifer Lawrence, that one to wear blue makeup?
Yes.
Yeah, that annoyed me.
So there's really, I mean, there's a continuation of that story, but there's no conclusion to it. I don't know if this is the last movie they're doing with that cast. And like you were saying, I mean, the casting, the acting, Michael Fassbender, I mean, he was just
Of
killing
course,
it. Like,
yeah.
he always kills it. I mean, his storyline was a little,
It's convoluted.
yeah.
Plus, they've made him such extremes, and like we were supposed to. I mean, I know that we care about him at this point,
Yeah.
but like we were supposed to grow to care about his family in like record time.
I really felt like I was actually watching one of the 90s cartoons.
I cannot be defeated! We beg to differ. Destroy them all! You are not fit. You are not worthy. You are only delaying the inevitable. Wanna bet?
I do miss Apocalypse's deep voice. He was doing more of a whisper, not like a full,
Well, and there was like modulation.
yeah, there wasn't a full Jupiter ascending Eddie Redmayne.
My mother told me what was necessary to rule in this universe.
Are you killing people?
I create life!
He almost sounded like a mob boss sometimes. Like he had kind of a thing going about him. You come here.
Damn, my jaw is athletic.
Damn, I know.
Same thing with Angel, too.
Oh, Angel.
Angel's
Okay,
here,
sorry.
yes.
Was he Irish?
What is it with you and this Irish thing?
Hey, it's me, Angel.
How much have you drank?
I started early.
I guess so. No, and he's very fashionable. Like he makes them all spiffy new uniforms or like outfits and everything for the Four Horsemen.
I gotta say, there's a moment in Cairo before they start their thing where it shows up with him and his Four Horsemen, and it's like they're taking a photo shoot for their album that they're about to drop. Because he's in the center,
rocks?
and Magneto's like standing in the background, and then Storm's like over here, and And like
I'm like looking up in the distance.
it's like a Nickelback album cover is what it looks like to me, and it was very.
And James McAvoy's just on the rocks, like pouting.
Just
Paralyzed
out without his wheelchair.
You guys are dicks.
Really, guys?
Give me my wheelchair back. This is really rude.
Somebody push him in.
Can we talk about Quicksilver for a minute?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I thought he was awesome in this movie.
Oh, of course.
Like, I mean, he was one of the best parts of Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
But I felt like they realized that, gave him a bigger part, and made him even more cool. Like, he gets a running scene in Days of Future Past, and he gets a running scene in this one.
You got an
and
extended running scene.
And I love this one even more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another thing that
God
was
damn it! What?
with Magneto, like we talked about, they kind of shoehorned it in, like, oh, we gotta get the feels for Magneto.
Mm-hmm.
I almost felt when that dude threw. There's a scene where a guy has a bow and arrow because they can't use guns,
Spoilers.
and he accidentally does one of those, and he gets his daughter and the wife. They
Yeah.
both
That was a
got
twofer.
shot. I almost felt like the guy that shot him should have had like a one-up, just go.
Yeah, it was very much like a.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
Sorry about
Sorry, I
that.
just killed your family.
Apocalypse.
It happens.
We'll go now. We're gonna go.
We'll be on our way. Hit the old dusty trail.
Yeah. I didn't like his screaming. I mean, that was a script. That wasn't him. Because I loved his acting in that moment. But him, like, I don't know. It was a little too on the nose where he was screaming. He's like, "Is this what you want?" And
It would have been funny if they felt the next scene he's driving home and he gets an fender bender. Why?
is this what you want?
God has forsaken me. Yeah.
Did you not think that was cheesy as hell at the end? This is like at the very end where they're rebuilding the mansion and it's just like the pyramid with Apocalypse. I'm like, that's not how house construction works. You can't just put blocks together. That's houses don't
It's
work
like,
that way.
where's the hammer or the nails and where's the conduit and the?
It's like, okay, you
and
stacked
the
up a nice house.
HVAC and
It's
everything.
gonna fall over now.
A light breeze will
Yeah.
undo all your work.
Didn't they do that on The Simpsons with Flanders? Like they rebuild his house, like after it falls over, and they all just suck at building, and it just falls over like right after. Oh, and then with Quicksilver at the end, like, and I thought they were actually going to do this where Apocalypse just gets his ass handed to him the second Quicksilver gets in the fight, because he was doing that. He was just destroying him, and he wasn't even breaking a sweat. And I was like, oh, is he just going to defeat him like single-handedly?
He was almost kind of toying him because he was still doing he was running and fighting in the flippant way that he does the running and everything else.
Not even taking it seriously.
Yeah, because he knows how OP he is.
He should have just been doing like super mega like shots to the nuts.
That's not how that fight went. His groin. I believe he shot him 3 times. Fellowship of the Ring spoiler.
All right, so our final review. One thing we didn't tell you: X-Men Apocalypse, as far as I know, was not in IMAX. Alice Through the Looking Glass was actually in IMAX. So we
Just kill us all.
Yeah, so we actually saw it in 3D D-Box. I'm still kind of split on the D-Box. As far as D-Box, what do you guys think of D-Box?
At times distracting, and at times it accentuated.
My back was hurting, and I was hurting the entire time.
It's like vibrating. You're like gonna throw up.
Son of a bitch.
At the beginning, it was a little distracting, and then when it was doing the shots, we were talking about that as well.
Because
you're
your
overhead shots and it's tilting.
I like when it's
slowly.
tilting, but
See, I thought that was unnecessary.
Yeah, when you're flying over the mountains and it like slowly leans in.
Yeah,
and
it's
slowly
like,
goes to the
but they're
side.
not moving. Why? I don't.
I liked it. I didn't love it. It did remind me of the 90s cartoon. So if you're a fan of the 90s cartoon, I think it was great. Some things were a little bit convoluted and shoehorned, but yeah, I like the 3D. Definitely not the D-Box. 3D, because there's a lot of things that happen in it. I thought that, if you got the 3D, it'll be really cool to see that. So I'd say full price, just the regular 3D.
I enjoyed it. There was a lot of things I loved about it. A lot of things I liked. There were some problems with it, but I feel like if a movie has enough things that you love, you just have to go with it. And just right off the bat, when it had the setup for Apocalypse and his backstory, and it was just so well executed. And it was just this little contained story right at the beginning, and it was just so well done. And I was already invested at that point. So I mean, I have to recommend 3D. Definitely see it. It's somewhere between, for me, liking and loving it.
What about you, Aaron? What do you think?
Aaron Dunsel?
Since you've asked,
Since I've asked you.
I really enjoyed it. If you like 3D, I know a lot of people that don't even care for 3D, but if you like 3D, this was one of the most fun ones in 3D. I mean, the stuff with Magneto, like there was a lot of cool
Quicksilver.
scenes where Quicksilver, where it did benefit watching the 3D. So if you care enough about 3D to spend the extra money, I would recommend it. I enjoyed it quite a lot, and I'm about with you where I would fall somewhere in between liking and loving. And if it's a series that you're a fan of, I would definitely recommend seeing it.
But nobody touched Sean Bean. He's the last one standing.
That's a first.
That worked out really well. No! You ruined it.
Plot twist.
And plot twist. Sean Bean dies. No, say it ain't so.
No.
No.
Oh, sorry, that's yours.
That's on you, dick.
That's,
Oh my god,
that's
what happened to me?
Franklin James.
He did fall. Felt pretty bad there. So that is our X-Men Apocalypse review. We hope you enjoyed it. Hope you, definitely get a chance to see it, and thought that we gave you some things to think about, do some comments below. Subscribe, definitely subscribe. You should definitely subscribe, and subscribe. So,
Did you mention about subscribing?